Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do want to speak. I've had my mic muted again. Great. I didn't realise. Oh, wow. Yeah, as I was saying, I've got some bad news coming up. I'll say it for the third time and the third time only. So basically, there was talk this morning of my internet being slow for other people, such as my dad on his phone and stuff like that. I've had no issue with the internet, but there's talk of them changing the internet company we are with at the moment, changing it from PlusNet to, you know, you know what I mean? Like, you know how it goes. And yes, hi, Martin. I thought you were coming online. So they're thinking of changing the internet providers, which is good because, you know, we might get some better internet. Not that I've been having trouble with mine exactly, but it's bad because if they're thinking of doing it soon, that probably means that they'll disconnect this internet, ready for the new internet to come in, but then the new internet might not come in for a couple of weeks, meaning that if that happens, then there won't be any park drives for a couple of weeks. And the bad thing about that is that Ant, who plays Derek in Park Drive, is due, you know, and Ash, my internet speed is slower than a snail, and I'm still able to play. I'm still able to play. You'll be fine. Yeah, but the thing is if they change the internet providers what we're with, because they think it's slow, I don't think it's slow. I'm completely fine with how it is at the moment. I can share play for people, I can stream alright, and that's all I'm bothered about. I mean, I sometimes get a bit of network error trying to watch YouTube on my iPad while being on the PlayStation at the same time, but I can just simply cure that by watching YouTube when I come off the PlayStation, which I genuinely do anyway. But the thing is if they do change the internet, like I say, we'll be waiting a couple of weeks. But Ant, who plays Derek in Park Drive, as I'm sure you all know, is due to go on a family holiday, like sometime. You know, I know it's like not that far away. It's sometime in July. So if we have to like miss that couple of weeks of Park Drive, which you know family members won't care, they'll just change the internet anyway. You know, you'll be able to use your internet while you wait for the new one. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure they like disconnect your old one. Like what we're thinking of doing is cancelling the contract and then looking for a new, you know. Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is sometimes when you ring up an internet company like BT, they sometimes can't get an engineer out for a couple of weeks. And but what I'm alternatively saying is if for whatever reason when we get to episode 100 and let's say we get there and then Ant's due to go on holiday the week we do episode 100, that means everything's completely screwed. You know what I mean? If you get what I mean, because he's playing a main character in obviously the lineup for episode 100. He's scheduled to be in the episode, but if he's not there, then it makes it bad because he's needed more than most people. So it depends when they can fit you in. Yeah, no, cancel that. Oh yeah, I know that, Martin. But we're talking about my family here. They won't listen to me. Don't tell your don't tell your supplier you're changing it. Oh, yeah, I do get what you mean. I'm completely with you there. But it's my family we're talking about. If they want to do something, they'll do it their way, and they'll do it their way only. Like, believe you and me. You don't want to try. You don't want to try telling my family members to do something a different way, or try telling them that they're wrong. Because believe you and me, even if you are actually right, you're still wrong in their eyes, and they won't do your ideas. And believe me, I've tried it with things before. I did exactly the same thing with my iPad for Christmas. I You know, I said, don't get it online because you never know if it'll come. You're better off getting it from a shop, type thing. And they didn't listen, they got it online, and then the guy never sent the iPad and they went into a big disaster. We nearly didn't get it in time for Christmas, but at the time, they wouldn't listen to me, so you know what I mean. But I completely get you. I get what you mean. I get that. I get like it'd be a cool idea, but trust me, when they want to do it their way, they want to do it their way. If you get what I mean. So unfortunately, I can't really do anything about that. But what I'm saying is if Hank goes on his holiday, then you know, like you know. Then obviously it puts the Park Drive back. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying for people like Harrison and Amir and people like them, they need to start making the episodes on the Park Drive days because Ant's no bother for making episodes. And obviously if Steve wasn't in the middle of moving house, he would be on no bother. And if you didn't have exams, Stampy, you'd be on no bother. But people like Harrison, like for example yesterday, we did half of Park Drive and then he had to go. Like he made out that he had to go. And then when he does do an episode, he goes on a BRB after every street, every scene rather. But it's common sense to do it my way. I know. But don't get me wrong. I completely agree with you there. It makes no sense to do it the other way. I know, but because they don't want to keep paying for something what's bad, they'd rather just cancel it and then find something new to go with. If you get what I mean, like it's always the same. You know what I mean? Like personally, I don't find any bother with my internet. Like I say, I share play fine, I stream fine, I come online fine. The only time I ever have problems is when, the PlayStation network's down, which is obviously Sony's end. But the point, what I'm getting is that fingers crossed they change the internet after we've done episode 100 because that means we can let off steam and it doesn't matter if we don't get the episodes out because after 100 Ant will be going on his holiday. We can kind of let things slip a bit. We can kind of like let things down and it doesn't really matter. It could take around a month to get it fitted. Yo, Alfie. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. That's why I'm hoping that we get Park Drive 100 done first. But even if I said about Park Drive 100, they wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't think it's that important, but, that someone might be going on holiday and we can't get it out. They'd just think it's nothing and just change the internet anyway. Which is the same as, same as anything. But that's just the way it is. That is just the way it goes, if I'm completely honest. But, there isn't really anything that I can really do about it. But let's just fingers crossed that they kind of forget about it a bit and then we get episode 100 out the way and then they change the internet company, which is good. Harrison goes on PRBs to practice his deep voice. Lol. No, he does go on a lot of BRBs. If Steve's still in the stream, even he'll probably say, like, I'm not trying to get people to go against him, but he does go on a lot of BRBs. Like for example, like, we'll do a scene and then he'll say, am I needed in the next scene? I'm going to go and get a slice of pizza. But then, like, he'll be on, like, a 15-minute BRB, and then by then you want him for another scene and you can't get hold of him. And then you don't want to film someone like Derek again because he's just been in a scene and you can't get hold of Harrison. You're teleporting him and he's not moving and he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't realise you wanted me. But it's like, it's a Park Drive episode. What do you expect? He probably fakes having to clean up or something. He just says I need to go on a BRB or something for a bit, you know. And but like I wouldn't mind so much if it was just a be right back, but he isn't like right back. He's like he goes on like sometimes his BRBs are as long as when I go off to have my tea, like at like 5 o'clock time. Like he could do the first scene just after 8, for example, and then after then he'll go on a BRB and he won't come back till like 8:45 or something like that. So that's like from 5 past 10 past 8 till 8:45. So that's like nearly half an hour, if you get me. Which is like, it's like whoa. But you know. Unfortunately, the way she blows and the way she goes. Oh yeah, I have another episode of the music show coming out tonight as well, which is pretty good. If you don't know what that series is, basically each episode I look at a different musician, like somebody local. Well, when I say local, I mean like somebody who's not necessarily, let's say, famous, like people on the radio, people who are like in the UK top 40 kind of thing. I'm talking about people who like necessarily like who are. I'm talking about people who. It's hard to explain. I'm talking more people who have got kind of big on the social media, if that makes sense. I'm not talking like people like James Arthur and you know, like and like Little Mix. I'm not talking people as big as them, but I'm talking people who have like got skill for doing stuff like such as like DJs and keyboard players, and you know, people who have like made it quite big online and now they've like got noticed and started gigging. Not people who have like gone on the radio and like who have been singing for years. I'm talking people who have like just been discovered to have like a hidden talent, which is who we've been doing. Like episode 1 we did Davos, who was a keyboard player who got filmed at a Christmas party doing a like a keyboard set to loads of like house classics and old school songs. And then episode 2 we did MC Lynchy, which is a freestyle MC from Ireland who got recorded at a bus stop. The video went viral. Then episode 3 we did DJ Cayman Kinder, who lives like really close to me, and we did sort of how he became so good at DJing that a club in his town hired him, and he now is a resident DJ there. And now I've done episode 4 today, which is gonna be pretty good. This guy's gonna be he's a good person who I put into episode 4. So you know, I'm not that bothered. If you want to know who's in episode 4, I will tell you. It's not exactly what you call a secret. There's no secrets in the music show. It's just, you know, you can watch him and see how good he is. There's nothing. It's not like Park Drive where I'm gonna say, oh, I can't tell you what's gonna happen in this, you know, in this episode type thing. It doesn't really matter for the music show. So if you do want to know who he is in episode 4, just comment and I'll tell you. If not, then you can just wait till the video. It's, you know, I'm leaving it up to you. And if you do know any hidden talent or anybody you would like me to put on the show, like anybody who you maybe listen to, but like I say, it's not aimed for really big famous people. I've never watched one of the music show videos. I've never watched one of the music vlogs and the show. Yeah, like it's just well, basically what I do is I get a video of the musician. So whether it's a DJ, let's say when I did Cayman Kinders, for example, I got some footage of him doing a bit of DJing to show you guys his DJing skills. And then basically what happened is basically I went ahead and then put my music show screenshot over. So I showed a bit of his DJing, and then I told you who this guy was and where he was from and what, like this, talked a bit about him, just briefly. Then I went ahead and showed you a little bit more about him in one of his mixes, which was, which was good. A good guy, a good mix. And then I talked a little bit more about him, explained why I like him, how far he's become, and then I showed a little bit more footage of him just to end off the video. And that's basically the same with every musician. If it was a singer, it'd start off with a little bit of a singing, and then you guys could be like, whoa, who's that singer? And then I'll like tell you who she is and like exactly what type of music she does. Like obviously you can tell that she's singing. I ain't gonna say, oh, she's just a singer, like, well, obviously, but, I'll say, like, this is a young singer from such and such of a place, and she usually sings to this type of style of music, and that type of stuff, and then I'd show you a bit more about the singer, which is, roughly what we do on the music show. And it's just a way to help young, talented people get more noticed, because I believe there is talent out there for people wanting to get into music. So I've also never watched an episode of clubbing vlogs. What, like not a sick? Well, wait, I thought you watched one yesterday and told me to put subtitles in. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you commented yesterday and said put subtitles in. I could be wrong. I'm sure you must have watched some of the clubbing vlogs before, like all the events we've been to. Surely. I mean, if you haven't, it might not be your type of series, but But yeah, clubbing years, Yeah, I thought, I could be wrong. I did upload one of them today, actually, from where we've just been at the weekend, which, I commented then clicked off. Oh, fair enough. I was going to say, like, it's up to you if you want to watch it, really. I mean, I would appreciate it if you did, but obviously I ain't gonna force you to watch something what might not be your type of thing. But I do it on there because, well, I do it on there not necessarily whether people like it or not, but I do it for a memory as well, because obviously as time goes you're gonna upgrade your laptops and your PCs, and like you could say like just keep it on your computer and then you've still got the videos, but the thing about it is you always end up upgrading a PC or losing the videos after time, or you end up deleting them by mistake or thinking do you really need them, and then you actually don't need them. To be honest, I couldn't give a shit about where you go. Lol. It's not just about where I go. It's not the whole point of clubbing year isn't just about where I go. It isn't just me showing off, like saying, "Oh yeah, we're going here, guys. We're going here, guys. Look, we're going here." That's not exactly the point of clubbing year. The point of clubbing year is kind of again to show the musical talent out there as well. Like it's not just about saying look exactly where we're going, but it's kind of like just a chance for you guys to see a bit more about my life and where I go. But at the same time, it's kind of showing you guys how good these music nights and DJs are, if that makes sense. Like, you know, say people who are necessarily thinking about going on a night out, but they don't know exactly where to go or what to do, then they can see that I've been somewhere, they can watch my videos and think, oh yeah, the music sounded alright there, I could picture myself enjoying that after, after one or two drinks or something like that, or, it's just something different for me to do as well. I wanted to bring something different to the channel. This year I kind of thought to myself, what can I do what could be a bit more different? And I thought, you know what, I'll film clubbing diary type thing of like everywhere I go to a music do, throughout the year, and we'll kind of like diary it down. You guys can kind of see where I'm going, and you can kind of see the live acts and stuff like that, and it's just something different to do. That's alternatively the real goal about it. But like I say again, for me, it just gives me the memories of like I can look back and say, oh yeah, I remember when I went there, type thing. And plus, plus as well, it's helping the DJs out because I could, for all I know, which I maybe haven't done yet, I could be like getting more people to like the Pacific DJ I went to see, if that makes sense. Like for example, they might not have ever heard of one of the people I go. You know, like nobody's gonna go to Brid because you enjoy it. No, obviously not. But what I'm saying is if they've watched it and then find out they do enjoy it, I've helped them out. And like I say, it's something different to do. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just something different to vlog. If I'm completely honest, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of the same as if I did a vlog going into town. Like, are people gonna be really, are people really gonna be that bothered what I'm going into town to buy? Like, for example, like if I say if I film a vlog of me going into town to buy a speaker, just because I enjoy going into town to buy a speaker doesn't mean that other people are gonna want to come all the way to Driffield to go and buy a speaker because I did. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing. Like, people watch Marsbar vlogs and see where he goes and sees him. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like for example, like Marsbar vlogs. He's always got something to do in his vlogs. Like, hence why he vlogs every day. Like, he can always like build something for the office or set up a new PC. He's always driving about. Whereas for me, because of I'm obviously not huge on YouTube, so I don't make enough just to live off YouTube, and I don't own offices and stuff like that. I can't film a daily vlog because obviously my job insists of going up on roofs, and I can't be worrying about taking a camera up every time I go up on a roof just to show you guys. You know what I mean? I can't film my whole days. So I kind of think when I go out somewhere, like for example, if we're going like up to Yarm, like we did, then I can kind of like vlog it, give you a hotel room tour. Then we can kind of just have a good night. And I'm not the only person what does like a clubbing year thing. I actually found another guy what does the same thing. He I can't remember what he was called, but he did a similar thing to me. Like, he uploads videos from when he goes to like clubbing events, and then he puts them on his YouTube as well. He just doesn't do the My Thoughts or anything like that. He just simply uploads videos But I've seen loads of people what upload videos from when they go to clubbing events, like, you know what I mean? And I mean, like, for example, as well, say like the club shut down. Like there is a club near me what shut down about, I'd say, nearly 10 years ago now. But when it was open, it was like it was a huge, you know, it was a really huge club. But the thing was is it had a hotel built on with it, and when they weren't having the events there at the club, the hotel wasn't making enough cash through that way, so it kind of got sold to a housing development place and they knocked it down. But the amount of people what put more what look for videos of when that club was open to look back at the memory, it's unreal. Like there's people what upload videos of it and it gets thousands of views just because that place was such an astonishing place. Whereas that's the same with me. Like, say if the club I went to shut down, I've got the video on there so people can say, remember when we used to go up there to them nights they were sick, I wonder if there's any videos about them. And then there would be like videos from when I was there. So, like the time when you went into town, or the time you went, or the time you made that weird breakfast. Yeah, I mean, I want to do that. Don't get me wrong. I really do want to do that. But I don't go into town that often for anything. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, the only reason I did that going into town that time was because I actually needed something in town. I needed a case for my phone, and then I needed some other stuff as well. Um, if you get me. And then like same with like the first time I vlogged with that camera, the only reason I vlogged was because something was happening in the town. Whereas, for example, I don't necessarily go into town that much, if that makes sense. So if I was to do a vlog going into town, I would be kind of going into town just for the fun of it, no actual reason, and I'd kind of look like a plonker, if you know what I mean. Like if I'm going into town for something, it's a different what can I say? It's a different sort of, you know. But I tell you what though, Stampy, I might be maybe going to visit my mum at the weekend, and we might be going out that night. So what I might do is I might vlog the train journey there. So I might vlog me walking into town. I might and I might vlog the train ride. And then I might vlog like a couple of shops in there, like on the way, like, and make something out of it. If that makes sense, I might do that. Scene, because that is like I'm going somewhere for a reason, aren't I? If you know what I mean. So that's a good thing. And then I'm also gonna be vlogging some other stuff coming up as well, some other events, but not clubbing events. And yes, I do have Instagram. It's MC Noble. Well, MC underscore Noble. But yeah, you know. I'm gonna be vlogging some other events as well, what are like not to do with clubbing. So don't worry about that, and you'll kind of see me vlogging that, if that makes sense, which will be good. Did you build this world? Not just me. No, well, I did, but I had a lot of help with the map. You can, I have like a build team of like a couple of people. Well, there's been quite a few in the time, but there's only been a few people what have really stayed as the build team, if that makes sense. What have like kind of like for example, we've had people what have helped us for a bit, then they've kind of not helped us for a while and then helped us again. But then we've had these people what have like helped us practically the whole time, like most days. And you know, yeah, I have built all of this. Everything you see on here has been built by me. How do you record your Park Drive vids? Well, basically, what I do is I come into this map, which is the map what we're in now, and basically I have obviously people who are in Park Drive. Bearing in mind, if you want to join Park Drive, you can. But you know, it's obviously up to you. And basically, what I do is say for example, we're doing a scene where I speak in it. I get, say, somebody who's not in the scene, like say for example, if I was doing a scene with Ant, who plays Derek, and I was doing Noreen's voice. Let's say Steve wasn't in the scene. I would get him to go in the Noreen skin. I would turn my HUD off like this, so you can't see any of the X buttons and the inventory buttons. And I'd stand in position. So let's say, for example, they were walking back into the house. What I'd do is I'd stand here. I'd record. They would move about. I would talk as Noreen, and I'd talk as Derek, and then I'd just film them, follow them as they walk into the house. And then basically what I'd do is I'd cut the scene. Then we'd go on to the next scene. I do 5 scenes, then I do what's called advert break, where I basically, where it, like, if you're watching a TV show in real, they obviously go to advert breaks, so I just put that in for fun/realism, and then I do another 5 scenes, and then that's the end of the episode. I put all the scenes on Share Factory together, with the intro, the outro, the music. I write NTV as the text on Share Factory, put it in the top left corner of the screen, and then I basically go ahead and render the video and basically upload it. And that's pretty much what I do. That's pretty much how Park Drive. Can I try doing a Park Drive vid with you? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to join Park Drive, you can. A few things you will have to note. It's it's PS4. 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 But a few things to note is we do episodes on a Sunday, a Tuesday, and a Thursday. So preferably, it would be the best idea if you were to make them days as regular as you could, if that makes sense. Like, if you could kind of come on them days, like, you know, regular enough to kind of like be in a lot of episodes. Yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, why don't you add me? Because I'm streaming, and then I can just accept after. If you know what I mean. Like, I'll leave my PSN on the screen or something. But yeah, if you could make like episodes on a Sunday, Tuesday, and a Thursday, it would be, it would be kind of the best thing. Obviously, I don't expect you to make every single episode. Like, obviously, if you're in real or you've got something happening in the outside world, but it would be better if you were to tell me that you can't make an episode like on the day, or if you know sort of like the day before, or if you know coming up that you're going on a week's holiday or something, then you can tell me that on that week you won't be making the episodes because you've got to be somewhere. Then I aren't sort of thinking the day of the episode, like, right, your character's going to be doing such and such today, and then you're not turning up for the episode, and then me thinking, well, what can we do in today's episode? What I had planned has been chucked out the window because he didn't come on. I don't know why he didn't come on, if you know what I mean. But all else I can really say is you'll have a great time recording Park Drive. with us if you do obviously decide to stay in the series. You know, you'd have a laugh. Um, yeah, you can start on Thursday. That's fine. Or yeah, you can. That's completely fine. But all I can say is you'll have a laugh recording with us. We do funny scenes along with serious scenes, and even the serious scenes aren't that serious. What would I do in it, and how should I prepare it? Well, first of all, what I need to ask you is what Minecraft skin packs do you have? And that type of thing, because Minecraft skin packs are kind of, obviously coming into, say, in this skin would be a bad idea because it looks nothing like a normal person. Whereas coming into, say, this skin or this skin, just as examples, or this guy is a bit more normal because he looks more like a, you know what I mean? He looks more like a real person, you know. And there is skins obviously what have already been used in Park Drive as well. To kind of note. Again, like some of these are like creepy crawlies. You know, they don't look like, you know. I can, but some skins, you know what I mean? Like you've got to have like you got to have a normal looking person skin. Like this guy would be fine. He would be he would be fine at a push. His clothes aren't the best. This guy would be all right. This guy would be quite good as well. So would she. You know, I'm pretty sure you get the point. This guy would be a really good guy to bring into Park Drive. And then, like I say, we'd give your character a name. You would maybe come in it as a family member of somebody what's already in the show, or you'd maybe be like a completely new person who's just moving here for a fresh start, or maybe somebody who was in here in Park Drive years ago, like let's say before the show started. Let's say, like 10 or 20 years ago, you maybe lived around here, but maybe you went to prison, and then you could come into it, like, as in you just got released type thing. You know? You know what I mean? Like, like, all it would be is, like, finding out who, you know. So, how should I prepare for it? Well, there isn't really much preparing to do, if I'm completely honest with you. All I can really say is have a browse through some Minecraft skins. If you don't have many Minecraft skins, maybe see if you can buy a skin pack or something like Skin Pack 1, Skin Pack 2 type thing, or the Doctor Who skin pack, Simpsons skin pack. Other than that, sort of just, think of names who you could be called. I'll think of names as well. And the only way I can really help you prepare for it is when you come on Thursday for Thursday's episode, is if the people who are in the show, who have been in the show before, can help you out a bit, if you get what I mean. Like, say for example, like Derek, he's very good at Park Drive, and knows what he's doing like very well. So he might be able to just give you a bit of a hand and show you the basics of what to do. And like I say, you'll have a laugh recording with us. But there is one thing I just need to verify with you. Hopefully this isn't an issue, but I just need to know your age. Like I don't want to sound like, nosy or anything, but it's just a regulation that we don't have people in Park Drive under a certain age because of like squeakies. What happens if you make a mistake? If you make a mistake, then we cut the scene and we just re-record it. Mistakes are made a lot in Park Drive. You maybe obviously watch Park Drive, so you see the completed episode, which is all good and fine. But sometimes a scene you may be watching in Park Drive without you knowing, we could have like had to re-record it 5 times because someone's messed it up. For example, we were doing a scene with a new person called Jimmy, and he basically was doing a scene with his brother, and he called his brother his dad, so we had to cut the scene and do it again. Well, you have to be over the age of 13. That's the rule, because a lot of us in Park Drive, like kind of sort of like 13 onwards basically. There is some people what like I'm 19. Person called Ant, he's older than that. Steve, who plays Paul, he's a few years older than me. And then people like Harrison, they're like 13, 14. Same with like Jimmy. Jimmy's like, who played by Amir. He's like 14, going on 15. Ryan, again, who played in it, he's like 14. Oh, you are? Well, to be honest with you, the best thing I can do is if you come on Thursday, we will see what you are like. We'll see what you like, and we'll decide from there. Because, to be honest with you, it's not age what really worries us as such. It's more like squeaking kids, not trying to sound harsh. Like for example, like Harrison is a bit of a squeaky-ish person, but he's not too bad. But it's mainly like because people like Martin and Steve and Derek, they can get on sensibly. Whereas sometimes you get these squeaky kids what come in and they're kind of like, yeah, I wanna be the superhero what saves the day, and they like completely don't get what to do, and they completely like mess it up and scream and blow down the mic. Like preferably when I say like the age of 13, preferably I just really mean somebody mature who can like get on and do the show, because I do need people to act as kids, but at the same time like playing with a squeaker online is just I guess in a way like having a deeper voice or an alright voice is makes it a bit more alright, so okay, gotta go. I will text you if I can't make it on Instagram. Oh, what, did you follow me or something? But yeah. Yeah, so alright, well, catch you in a bit. I'm leaving the stream anyway. Like, subscribe, comment. We will catch you in the next stream.